This book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, is written by Nedra Glover Tawwab. She is a therapist who works with people to help them live healthier lives. The main idea of the book is simple. Boundaries are important for our peace and mental health. Many people struggle with saying no, speaking up for themselves, or stopping others from taking advantage of them. This book teaches how to recognize, set, and maintain healthy boundaries in all parts of life. What are boundaries? Boundaries are like rules for yourself and others. They show what is okay and what is not okay. Boundaries protect your time, energy, feelings, and life. They help you stay safe emotionally, mentally, and physically. Reduce stress, frustration, and resentment. Build healthier relationships with family, friends, and coworkers. Respect yourself and teach others to respect you. Boundaries are not walls. They do not mean you are mean or selfish. Boundaries are acts of self-care. They are about taking care of yourself so you can show up in life in a healthy way. Why boundaries are important. Many people struggle because they never learned about boundaries. This can cause feeling guilty when saying no, letting people take advantage of you, feeling exhausted from always giving, resentment or anger toward others. Boundaries are important because they protect your time, energy, and mental health. Without boundaries, relationships can become toxic or draining. Common types of boundaries. Boundaries come in different types. Tawwab explains several main ones. Physical boundaries. These involve your body and personal space. Example, you do not want someone to touch you without your permission. Example, you need your own space in your home to feel safe and comfortable. Emotional boundaries. These protect your feelings. You are not responsible for other people's feelings. Example, you can listen to someone, but you don't have to fix their problems. Time boundaries. Your time is valuable. Example, you set limits on how long you work or spend with someone. Example, you can say no to extra tasks if you are tired or need rest. Material boundaries. These involve money, possessions, or gifts. Example, you can say no if someone wants to borrow money and you are not comfortable. Mental, intellectual boundaries. Protect your thoughts and opinions. Example, you can disagree with someone without feeling guilty. Digital boundaries. Protect your online space and information. Example, you decide when to reply to messages or emails. Example, you limit social media use to protect your peace. Signs you need boundaries. Tawwab lists common signs that someone needs boundaries. Feeling guilty or anxious when saying no. Saying yes when you really want to say no. Feeling exhausted or resentful after being around certain people. People taking advantage of your kindness. Feeling like your needs do not matter. If you notice these signs, it is time to look at your boundaries. Why it's hard to set boundaries. Many people feel afraid to set boundaries. This is often because of fear of conflict. You worry others will be angry. Fear of rejection. You worry people will leave or dislike you. Guilt. You feel selfish for protecting yourself. Past experiences. If you grew up in a home without healthy boundaries, it feels unfamiliar. Tawwab explains that these fears are normal. Setting boundaries takes practice. It can feel uncomfortable at first, but it is necessary for long-term peace and healthy relationships. Boundaries in relationships. Boundaries are not just for strangers or coworkers. They are important in family, friendships, romantic relationships, and work. Family. Some families expect too much. You may feel pressured to help, attend events, or meet their demands. Boundaries let you care for your family without losing yourself. Friendships. Friends should respect your time and feelings. Boundaries prevent toxic friendships where you are used or ignored. Romantic relationships. Boundaries create respect and equality. They prevent controlling or manipulative behavior. Work. Boundaries prevent burnout. Saying no to extra tasks or overtime is healthy. How to start setting boundaries. Tawwab gives steps to start setting boundaries. Identify your limits. Notice what makes you uncomfortable, stressed, or resentful. Ask yourself, what can I accept and what can I not accept? Express your boundaries clearly. Use simple language. I cannot do this. I need time for myself, or I do not like that. Avoid over-explaining or apologizing too much. Be consistent. Boundaries only work if you stick to them. If someone crosses a boundary, remind them kindly but firmly. Start small. Begin with easy boundaries, like saying no to a small request. Gradually practice more challenging boundaries. Prepare for resistance. Some people may be upset or try to manipulate you. Stand firm and remember, your peace is more important than their approval. Common myths about boundaries. Myth, boundaries are selfish. Truth, boundaries protect you so you can give in a healthy way. Myth, boundaries will ruin relationships. Truth, healthy boundaries improve relationships by creating respect. Myth, saying no will make people angry. Truth, some people may be upset at first, but you are teaching respect. Practical examples of boundaries. Saying no to a coworker who asks for help when you are busy. Telling a friend you cannot talk late at night because you need rest. Asking family members not to comment on your personal life. Taking time for self-care instead of always attending social events. Self-reflection exercise. Tawwab recommends writing down situations where you feel drained or resentful. Ask, what am I saying yes to that I don't want to? What makes me uncomfortable, angry, or sad? How can I protect myself in these situations? Writing this helps you see where boundaries are needed. Recognizing unhealthy patterns. Tawwab emphasizes that the first step in setting boundaries is awareness. Many people go through life reacting to others without realizing how much it drains them. Recognizing patterns helps you see where your boundaries are weak. Common signs of unhealthy patterns. Overgiving or people-pleasing. You always say yes, even when you don't want to. You feel guilty when you say no. You constantly put others' needs before your own. Avoiding conflict. You are scared of disagreements. You tolerate uncomfortable situations to avoid tension. Emotional exhaustion. You feel drained after social interactions. You take on other people's problems as your own. Resentment or frustration. You feel angry after helping others. You feel like no one respects your time, energy, or feelings. Recognizing these patterns is not about blaming yourself. It is about learning where your boundaries need reinforcement. Understanding different types of boundaries in depth. In part 1, we introduced physical, emotional, time, material, mental, and digital boundaries. Now we explore how these boundaries look in daily life. A. Physical boundaries. Physical boundaries protect your body and personal space. Examples. You do not want unwanted hugs or touches. You need privacy in your home or workspace. You set limits on physical proximity with people who make you uncomfortable. Practical tips. Use simple statements like, please do not touch me. I need some space right now. Respect others' physical boundaries as well. Boundaries are reciprocal. B. Emotional boundaries. Emotional boundaries protect your feelings and mental health. Key idea, you are responsible for your feelings, not others. Examples. You listen to a friend vent, but do not take on their problems as your own. You avoid situations where someone constantly criticizes or manipulates you. You recognize your limits in emotionally intense conversations. Practical tips. Use statements like, I hear you, but I cannot solve this for you. I need a break from this conversation. Allow yourself to feel your own emotions without absorbing others' emotions. C. Time boundaries. Time boundaries protect your schedule and energy. Examples. Limiting work hours to prevent burnout. Saying no to social events when you need rest. Scheduling personal time for self-care. Practical tips. Be clear about availability. I am busy after 6 p.m., so I cannot meet then. Plan your week and prioritize your needs. Remember, saying no to one thing is saying yes to your peace. D. Material boundaries. Material boundaries protect your possessions, money, and resources. Examples. Saying no when asked to lend money. Limiting sharing personal items with others. Protecting personal belongings at work or home. Practical tips. Be polite but firm. I'm sorry, I cannot lend this. Set rules in advance to prevent awkward situations. Mental and intellectual boundaries. Mental boundaries protect your thoughts, opinions, and beliefs. Examples. You do not have to justify your beliefs to everyone. You can respectfully disagree with family, friends, or coworkers. You avoid toxic debates that drain you mentally. Practical tips. Use calm statements like, I see your perspective, but I feel differently. Avoid arguing when it is unnecessary. F. Digital boundaries. Digital boundaries are important in today's online world. Examples. Limiting social media time to protect mental health. Turning off notifications during personal time. Not responding to work emails or messages outside work hours. Practical tips. Communicate your boundaries. I do not respond to work messages after 8 p.m. Use technology to enforce boundaries. Mute, block, or schedule. Strategies for setting boundaries in real life. Tawwab provides step-by-step strategies to apply boundaries effectively. Step 1. Self-reflection. Identify your needs and limits. Write down situations that make you uncomfortable. Ask yourself, what do I want to change? Step 2. Start small. Begin with boundaries that feel easy. Example, say no to a minor request at work or with friends. Practice builds confidence. Step 3, be clear and direct. Avoid vague language. Example, instead of saying maybe later, say I cannot help with this right now. Keep it simple and polite. Step 4. Use I statements. Focus on your feelings and needs. Example, I feel overwhelmed, so I need some time alone. Avoid blaming others, which can trigger conflict. Step 5. Prepare for pushback. Some people may resist or test your boundaries. Example, a friend may pressure you to hang out. Respond calmly and repeat your boundary. I understand, but I cannot join today. Step 6. Consistency. Boundaries work only when you enforce them consistently. Allowing exceptions often confuses others and weakens your boundaries. Real-life examples from the book. Tawwab shares examples that make boundaries easy to understand. Workplace boundaries. A coworker constantly asks for help late at night. You politely say, I am not available after 6 p.m. I can help tomorrow during work hours. Family boundaries. Your parent calls multiple times a day asking for favors. You say, I can talk once in the evening. During the day, I need to focus on work. Friendship boundaries. A friend always complains, but never listens to you. You set a limit. I am happy to listen sometimes, but I cannot do this every day. Romantic relationship boundaries. Your partner expects constant attention. You communicate, I need alone time to recharge. I will spend quality time with you afterward. Emotional benefits of boundaries. Setting boundaries is not only practical, it is emotional. Tawwab highlights several emotional benefits. Reduced stress. You control your time and energy. Less resentment. You no longer feel used or taken for granted. Stronger self-esteem. Saying no reinforces that your needs matter. Healthier relationships. Others learn to respect you. Peace of mind. Boundaries create space for relaxation and self-care. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Even with knowledge, people struggle to set boundaries. Tawwab identifies common challenges. Fear of losing relationships. Reality. Healthy boundaries strengthen relationships. Toxic relationships often break anyway. Feeling guilty. Reality. Boundaries are self-care, not selfishness. Practice saying, I am taking care of myself so I can be present in life. Unclear limits. Reality. Reflect on what drains you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Write down your limits. Clear boundaries reduce confusion. Inconsistent enforcement. Reality. Inconsistency weakens boundaries. Solution. Stand firm even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Understanding boundary resistance. When you set a boundary, not everyone will like it. Some people may react negatively. Tawwab calls this boundary resistance. Why resistance happens? They are used to your previous behavior. If you always said yes, people may be surprised when you start saying no. They feel threatened. Some people feel they are losing control or power when you assert your limits. They misunderstand boundaries. They may see boundaries as rejection or lack of love. They test your consistency. People may push boundaries to see if you will give in. Key idea, resistance is normal. It is not a sign you are doing something wrong. Your boundary is about your well-being, not their reaction. Types of pushback and how to handle them. Tawwab identifies common ways people push back against boundaries and strategies to respond. A. Guilt tripping. Example, if you loved me, you would do this for me. Response, use an I statement. I care about you, but I cannot do this right now. Stand firm without over-explaining. B. Anger or criticism. Example, you are being selfish. Response, stay calm. I understand you feel that way. I need to take care of myself first. Do not engage in arguments. Repeat your boundary if necessary. C. Manipulation. Example, if you don't do this, I will be upset. Response, recognize manipulation. I am responsible for my choices, not your feelings. Avoid giving in to emotional pressure. D. Testing your consistency. Some people may repeatedly ask or pressure you. Response, repeat your boundary consistently. I cannot help today. I can help tomorrow during work hours. Consistency teaches respect. Setting boundaries in challenging relationships. Certain relationships are more difficult to manage. Tawwab explains how to set boundaries in family, romantic relationships, friendships, and work. A. Family. Families can have expectations that are hard to ignore. Example, a parent constantly asks for favors or time. Strategy, set limits politely but firmly. I can help on weekends, but weekdays I need to focus on work. B. Romantic relationships. Boundaries prevent resentment and imbalance. Example, a partner demands constant attention or control. Strategy, communicate clearly. I need personal time to recharge. It does not mean I love you less. Healthy partners will respect boundaries. Toxic ones may resist. C. Friendships. Friends may take your kindness for granted. Example, a friend always asks for favors but never reciprocates. Strategy, limit availability and communicate expectations. I can help once a week. I need balance in my time. D. Work, boundaries prevent burnout. Example, a manager expects extra work beyond your hours. Strategy, use clear, professional communication. I will complete my tasks during work hours. I am unavailable after 6 p.m. Emotional reactions to setting boundaries. Setting boundaries often triggers emotions. Tawwab emphasizes it is normal to feel. Guilt, feeling selfish for prioritizing yourself. Fear, worrying about conflict or losing relationships. Anxiety, wondering how others will react. Relief, feeling lighter when you honor your needs. Key point, emotions are temporary. They do not mean your boundary is wrong. Consistently enforcing boundaries builds confidence and emotional resilience over time. Advanced boundary techniques. Once you are comfortable with basic boundaries, Tawwab suggests advanced strategies for more challenging situations. A. The broken record technique. Repeat your boundary calmly without arguing. Example, person, can you help me again? You, I cannot today, I can help tomorrow. Repeat until they understand. B. Saying no without over-explaining. You do not need to justify every boundary. Example, no, I cannot attend. Over-explaining may invite negotiation or pushback. C. Using delays to set boundaries. If unsure, delay response to consider your limits. Example, I need to check my schedule before I commit. This gives you control over decisions without immediate pressure. D. Reducing contact. Some people may not respect boundaries even after repeated attempts. Strategy, limit interactions or distance yourself if necessary. Protecting your mental and emotional health is the priority. Boundaries in professional life. Work can be one of the hardest areas to maintain boundaries. Tawwab gives strategies. Common work challenges. Constant emails or messages outside work hours. Taking on tasks that are not your responsibility. Colleagues or bosses testing limits. Strategies. Time limits. Set specific working hours. Communicate them clearly. Task limits. Focus on your responsibilities. Delegate when appropriate. Respectful communication. Use I statements. I will complete this task during my work hours. Digital boundaries. Turn off notifications or mute apps after hours. Respect others' boundaries as well. The role of self-care and boundaries. Boundaries and self-care are deeply connected. Tawwab emphasizes saying no is self-care. Setting boundaries protects your energy for the things that matter. Self-care prevents burnout and promotes emotional health. Examples of self-care linked to boundaries. Taking breaks from social media. Saying no to late-night work requests. Spending time alone to recharge. Prioritizing sleep, exercise, and mental health. Making boundaries a habit. Tawwab explains that setting boundaries consistently turns them into habits, which reduces stress and increases peace. Steps to build boundary habits. Start with awareness. Notice when your needs are ignored or when you feel uncomfortable. Journaling can help identify recurring situations that require boundaries. Set small boundaries first. Begin with easy boundaries that feel achievable. Example, saying no to extra chores or declining one social invitation. Practice daily. Treat each boundary moment as practice. Over time, setting boundaries becomes natural and automatic. Celebrate small wins. Recognize moments when you successfully enforced a boundary. Positive reinforcement strengthens your confidence. Key idea, habits are built gradually. Start small, practice consistently, and expand to more challenging situations. Boundary habits in different life areas. Tawwab shows how to integrate boundaries into all areas of life. A. Family. Habit, regularly check in with yourself before committing to requests. Example, instead of automatically agreeing to a family favor, pause and assess. Do I have the energy or time for this? Tip, use polite but firm language consistently. B. Romantic relationships. Habit, communicate your needs regularly. Example, weekly check-ins to express personal needs and limits. Tip, healthy couples respect boundaries and discuss expectations openly. C. Friendships. Habit, balance giving and receiving. Example, avoid always being available. Let friends know your limits. Tip, encourage mutual respect and shared responsibilities in friendships. D. Work. Habit, set clear work hours and task limits. Example, turn off work emails after a certain time. Tip, communicate your availability to colleagues and supervisors clearly. Creating a personal boundary plan. Tawwab suggests creating a boundary plan to organize and track boundaries. Steps to make a boundary plan. Identify problem areas. List situations where your boundaries are weak. Example, friends asking for favors, family expectations, work requests. Define clear boundaries. Write exactly what is acceptable and what is not. Example, I will not answer work calls after 7 p.m. Decide on communication. Plan how to communicate each boundary. Example, I will politely say no and explain my reason briefly. Anticipate pushback. Think about possible resistance and your response. Example, if a friend pressures you, repeat your boundary calmly. Reflect regularly. Review your boundary plan weekly. Adjust if necessary to maintain your peace and balance. Emotional growth through boundaries. Tawwab emphasizes that setting boundaries is deeply connected to emotional growth. Benefits of emotional growth through boundaries. Self-respect, valuing your needs reinforces self-worth. Reduced anxiety, less worry about being taken advantage of. Clearer communication, you express needs effectively. Healthier relationships, boundaries promote mutual respect and understanding. Greater confidence, you feel capable of handling difficult situations. Key idea, emotional growth comes from respecting yourself and expecting others to respect you as well. Boundaries and self-care. Self-care and boundaries are inseparable. Tawwab explains that boundaries protect your energy so you can engage fully in life. Examples of boundary-aligned self-care. Saying no to social events when you are tired. Limiting work or personal obligations to prevent burnout. Taking breaks from family, friends, or digital media when needed. Allocating time for hobbies, exercise, and relaxation. Tip: self-care is not indulgent, it is necessary for mental and emotional health. Building confidence around boundaries. Confidence is essential to maintaining boundaries. Tawwab suggests several strategies. Practice small boundaries daily. Each small success builds confidence. Use positive self-talk. Replace guilt or fear with affirmations. I have a right to protect my time and energy. Learn from mistakes. Sometimes boundaries are crossed. Reflect on what happened and adjust. Visualize success. Imagine yourself confidently enforcing your boundary in challenging situations. Key idea: confidence grows through repeated practice and self-reflection. Boundaries and long-term relationships. Long-term relationships benefit most from consistent boundaries. Tawwab explains how. A. Family relationships. Maintain respectful distance when necessary. Example, limit phone calls or visits that feel overwhelming. Boundaries reduce resentment and improve communication. B. Romantic relationships. Boundaries prevent power imbalances and codependency. Example, allocate time for personal hobbies or alone time. Encourage open discussion about each partner's limits. C. Friendships. Healthy friendships respect mutual boundaries. Example, friends understand when you cannot always be available. Boundaries strengthen trust and respect over time. D. Workplace relationships. Set realistic expectations for tasks, meetings, and communication. Boundaries prevent burnout and maintain professional respect. Key idea: long-term relationships thrive when everyone's limits are respected, overcoming internal resistance. Even after learning about boundaries, internal resistance can appear. Tawwab emphasizes, guilt, feeling selfish is common, but boundaries are self-care. Fear of conflict or loss is normal, stand firm. Self-doubt, you may question your right to say no. Remind yourself, my needs matter. Perfectionism, you don't need to set perfect boundaries immediately. Start, practice, and improve gradually. Tip: journaling or talking with a therapist can help overcome internal resistance. Long-term boundary maintenance. Tawwab emphasizes that boundaries are not set once and forgotten. Maintaining them requires self-awareness. Continuously monitor how you feel in relationships and responsibilities. Notice when you feel drained, resentful, or stressed. These are signals that boundaries may need reinforcement or adjustment. Consistency. Boundaries are only effective if consistently enforced. Example, if you say no once but give in the next time, people may not take your boundaries seriously. C. Adaptability. Life changes require boundary adjustments. Example, a new job may require new time boundaries. Example, aging parents may need more support, requiring thoughtful limits to balance your energy. Key idea: long-term success with boundaries requires awareness, consistency, and flexibility. Reassessing boundaries. Tawwab encourages regular boundary reassessment to ensure they continue serving your needs. Steps to reassess boundaries. Reflect on emotional health. Ask yourself, am I feeling peaceful and respected? If not, review where boundaries may need adjustment. Evaluate relationships. Determine if relationships are balanced and respectful. Adjust or reinforce boundaries where necessary. Adjust for life changes. Example, career promotions, marriage, children, or caregiving responsibilities. Update boundaries to protect your energy and priorities. Journal progress. Track challenges, successes, and lessons learned. This builds insight and confidence over time. Advanced strategies for maintaining boundaries. Tawwab provides strategies to strengthen boundaries in complex situations. A. Assertive communication. Use clear, calm, and respectful language. Example, I am not available during this time. I can assist later. Assertiveness prevents misunderstandings and reinforces respect. B. Protecting personal space. Physical and emotional space must be defended consistently. Example, turn off notifications or set quiet times for personal reflection. C. Delegating responsibility. Boundaries involve letting others handle their responsibilities. Example, children learning tasks on their own, coworkers completing tasks independently. D. Saying no without guilt. Saying no is a right, not a privilege. Avoid over-apologizing. A simple, firm no is enough. Boundaries and self-respect. Long-term boundary practice builds self-respect. Tawwab highlights, valuing your needs, your time, energy, and feelings matter. Avoiding resentment. When boundaries are respected, you feel less anger toward others. Increasing confidence. Consistently protecting your limits strengthens self-assurance. Promoting fairness. Boundaries create balance in relationships, reducing one-sided expectations. Key idea, self-respect grows when boundaries are enforced consistently and thoughtfully. Boundaries and relationship growth. Boundaries do not harm relationships, they improve them. Tawwab emphasizes that. A. Family relationships. Boundaries reduce conflict and prevent overdependence. Example, scheduling time for visits ensures family connection without exhaustion. B. Romantic relationships. Boundaries prevent codependency and promote equality. Example, partners respecting personal hobbies, work schedules, and alone time. C. Friendships. Boundaries ensure balanced giving and receiving. Mutual respect. D. Workplace relationships. Boundaries prevent burnout and ensure professional respect. Example, communicating work hours and task expectations clearly. Key idea, healthy boundaries strengthen trust, respect, and mutual understanding in all relationships. Handling relapse or boundary breaches. Even experienced individuals may face boundary breaches. Tawwab explains how to handle them. A. Recognize the breach. Identify when someone crossed a limit. Notice emotional reactions like frustration, guilt, or anger. B. Respond calmly. Reassert your boundary politely but firmly. Example, I reminded you that I am unavailable after 6 p.m. Please respect that. C. Learn from experience. Ask yourself, was the boundary clear? Was enforcement consistent? Adjust communication or consistency if needed. D. Protect your peace. Some breaches may require reducing contact with toxic individuals. Your emotional well-being is the priority. Integrating boundaries into daily life. Tawwab emphasizes that boundaries must become a part of daily routine to be sustainable. Practical daily integration. Morning check-in, identify situations requiring boundaries for the day. Midday reflection, adjust plans or responses as needed. Evening journaling, record successes, challenges, and lessons learned. Weekly planning, review progress, anticipate challenges, and refine strategies. Tip, regular reflection and planning ensure boundaries remain strong and adaptive. Boundaries and inner peace. The ultimate goal of boundaries is peace. Tawwab explains that. Boundaries reduce stress, guilt, and emotional exhaustion. They allow time for self-care and personal growth. Boundaries help you engage fully in relationships without feeling overwhelmed. Over time, boundaries create a life that is balanced, intentional, and peaceful. Key idea, boundaries are not just rules, they are tools for achieving a calm, fulfilled life. Maintaining boundaries over time. Tawwab suggests strategies for long-term boundary sustainability. Consistency is key. Repeated enforcement strengthens respect and reduces pushback. Adapt to life changes. Boundaries evolve as your circumstances and relationships change. Self-reflection. Regularly assess your emotional state, energy, and stress levels. Support systems. Seek friends, family, or therapy to reinforce boundary practice. Celebrate growth. Recognize progress in confidence, peace, and relationship health. Final thoughts. Living with boundaries. Boundaries are essential for peace, self-respect, and emotional health. Life without boundaries often leads to stress, resentment, and imbalance. Boundaries require practice, consistency. Boundaries are the foundation of a calm and empowered life. By protecting your time, energy, and emotions, you honor yourself and foster healthier, more respectful relationships. Life becomes more peaceful when boundaries are respected, not just by others, but by yourself.